hot. Come on, people, go. Go. Oh, come on, what are you waiting for? Go, 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 go. Oh my God. I better put the camera down. It's okay, Ling Ling, it's okay.
That fucking, the guardrail's on fire even. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Keep going, buddy. I don't want to be a looky-loo.
Okay, get over. Because there's nobody on the side.
There's a Clark Road. I just passed the bowling alley. Here's the golf course coming up right here.
Lasers sound like the stuff of science fiction, right? Sound completely unbelievable. How could our military possibly be using those in future warfare? Guess what? We've just had a recent breakthrough, more great test results that are making lasers a reality. So it's called Athena. Lockheed Martin makes it, and they've been doing a lot of the pioneering in this laser field. Now what's really exciting about it is that it's so hard to harness that much power and make it compact enough that it's actually going to make practical sense downrange. And they've proven that they can do that. Recently, they tested it against 5 moving drones, so realistic drones that they might go up against with, enemy forces might send against us, for example, or terrorists might send against us. And it successfully shot down all 5 of the drones. This is huge news because it means that in a realistic, practical setting, it's looking very promising. So it could be ready to field quite soon. So when you see the movies or you look at comic books or television shows, when you see laser weapons, they tend to be a color, right? Red or green or something like that. Real lasers, one of the key advantages that they provide is that they are invisible. You actually can't see them. You just see this damage suddenly starting to blow something up. So if we take a look now at what the Athena did to a truck. So we're looking at a truck engine, and the Athena within seconds was able to beam right in there, heat the whole thing up, and burn through the engine of this vehicle. So if you can imagine if you were in that vehicle, all of a sudden this hole would start appearing in your engine and the whole thing would just disappear. That's what these lasers do. Now there's some other key advantages that we should mention. Let me give you 3 of them. 1, unlimited ammo. As long as we have power, we have an unlimited magazine. And downrange, of course, having unlimited ammo can be a huge advantage. 2nd, it's silent. You don't give the enemy any advance warning that it's coming. And then the 3rd one I wanted to touch on is that it travels at the speed of light.
Bing, bing! We have a winner!
So not only are we delivering powerful, decisive effects, lethality, we're also doing it so rapidly they don't know what hit them. So if you could circle back to that example of being in the car again, that would happen so instantaneously, within seconds, you truly would have no idea what was happening. It would just suddenly start disintegrating, right? So what could we use these against? So we talked about the vehicle a bit. We talked about how Athena has just proven itself against drones. But in the real world application, our forces could use it against the drones. We could use it against aircraft. We could use it against vehicles on the ground, like we mentioned. We could also use it against fast attack boats. And in fact, Athena's sibling, Adam, a couple years ago proved that it could eliminate these fast attack boats. So if you imagine boats start trying to swarm one of our ships, not a problem for this laser. Burns right through the hull. As you can see right there, it's burning right through the hull. I'm incredibly excited about this news, this great news about the successful testing of Athena, because it means that we'll be putting these powerful weapons soon we could put them in the hands of our warfighters and give them even more powerful weaponry to keep themselves safe and also to deliver the effects that we need. They can be used, laser weapons can be used offensively and of course defensively too, to help protect our homeland. Think of our airports that might be under threat from enemy drones. They could be used to protect we could use them statically and used to protect our airports. They could be used to protect our power grid, our nuclear plants. So there's lots of different exciting applications for this technology. It is no longer science fiction, but science fact.
Hey, what's up guys? Jake the Asshole here. As many of you know, I live in the state of California where these quote-unquote wildfires are taking place. I don't live in Southern California. However, even where I live in Northern California in Modesto, I am seeing the aftermath of these fires. We have smoke filling our skies. The sun is partially obscured by smoke and debris. So we're seeing the effects even in Northern California from the fires that are raging down south. Now, when I look at the drone footage from Malibu, California, it immediately raised my eyebrow, and it should raise your eyebrow as well, because this fire seems to be the most selective fire in the history of all fires. I have never seen a fire select and choose certain houses to burn down to the ground the way this fire picks and chooses. This fire will burn a house completely to the ground and leave all the trees in the front yard and the backyard completely untouched. This fire will pick and choose one house in the middle of two houses and burn one down to the ground, meanwhile leaving the house on the left and the right completely untouched. Why, take a look at this image. The house on the left, untouched. The house on the right, untouched. The trees in the front yard and the backyard, untouched. However, the house directly in the middle, scorched to the ground. So somehow this fire chose to scorch the entire house to the ground while leaving all the trees around the house in the front yard and the backyard completely untouched, and the house to the left and the right completely untouched. Like I said, this fire picks and chooses which house it wants to scorch. And it doesn't just halfway scorch a house. Oh no. If it wants to take your house, it will burn every inch of your house to the ground. Meanwhile, the lucky neighbors just a few feet away, well, they just happen to luck out and their house is completely fine. Does this seem natural to you folks? That one house scorches completely to the ground. There's nothing left. And then the neighbor's house is completely fine. And all of the trees are still standing around the house. We're seeing this more and more whenever these quote-unquote wildfires pop up. So is this a new characteristic of wildfires? We must ask ourselves, what's really going on here? Now, some speculate these are direct energy weapon attacks. And by the looks of it, I can't argue that. In my opinion, this does look quite a bit like some sort of direct energy weapon attack. So the question becomes, why? Why would the government or somebody be shooting direct energy weapons at these houses? Well, we're left to speculate. I can't say why it's happening. All I can say is it seems to be happening. So we're left to speculate. Is the United States so far in debt that we are now letting China come collect on our debt? Some are speculating that China owns so much of the United States debt that this is their way of coming to collect. They demolish the houses and the Chinese, I guess, will be given this land or will take over this land. I don't know. Others are even speculating that these houses are being burnt down to the ground to make way for the new California bullet train. So when we ask the question of why is this occurring, all we can do is speculate. But when we look at the evidence presented to us, It indeed appears that there's something sinister going on, such as direct energy weapons being used in arson attacks against the public. I can't even say for sure that it's a direct energy weapon attack. Hell, it could possibly be smart meters being used to trigger these fires. They might have the ability to just make your smart meter on your house blow up and start a fire on your house and burn your whole damn house down. I don't know. But what I can say is this doesn't look like any sort of natural fire just breaking out in a town. It looks like these fires are selectively choosing certain houses to burn down to the ground in a controlled fashion, and it does not look natural at all. This has just been another opinion from Jake the Asshole. Please tell me in the comments section below what you guys think is going on here. Why do you think these attacks are being carried out on the public? Do you think the United States is in debt to China and this is their way of giving China some land to come collect on the debt? Is California clearing out some land to make way for the new bullet train? I personally don't know. I can't tell you why. All I can tell you is by the evidence I see, something sinister is going on here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
So I'm driving down the street in my hometown of Modesto, and here's what I see on a billboard. Wildfire embers can travel over 1 mile. And look, the end of the sign looks like it's been burned for extra added effect. So apparently wildfire embers can travel over 1 mile. Yes, farther than 1 mile. So 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, fucking 100 miles, infinity miles, because that would also be over 1 mile. So apparently wildfire embers can travel an unlimited distance, because that would definitely be over 1 mile. Wildfire embers from here in California could jump across the Pacific Ocean and land in fucking Japan. That would be over 1 mile. Everybody worldwide better beware, because the wildfire embers are fucking coming for you. They can travel over 1 mile.
Hey, what's up guys? Jake the Asshole here, reporting from Modesto, California. Luckily, there have been no wildfires that have broken out in my hometown or around my hometown. However, we are still feeling the effects heavily here as the smoke and debris fills the sky and blocks out the sun. As you can see, there is smoke and debris completely filling our skies all day and all night, and this is what it has looked like for the past week. This isn't just typical campfire smoke that we're breathing in. This is basically people's burning houses that we're breathing in, and all the toxic material within those houses. Plastic, rubber, metal, you name it, it's burning and it's in the air and it's filling the skies with smoke and debris throughout the entire state of California, and we are all breathing this in. California is no doubt under attack right now from direct energy weapons and smart meter arson attacks. Those of us who are lucky enough to live in a town that is not being burned down, we are still breathing in this toxic, deadly smoke and debris each day and night. And when you mix in the chemtrails that they're still spraying in the sky with this toxic air, it basically turns the air quality into the worst air quality in the world. Even the mainstream media outlets are reporting California has the worst air quality in the world right now, even worse than Beijing, China.
But take a look at what's going on here, folks. This is an opportunity for rain, to say the least. This should have moved in 2 days ago, and instead we have a blockade. The terrorists controlling our weather have installed, and this is just really astonishing when you look at what's going on here. We have the jet stream flowing up and back down towards Nevada and California. What do we see here? We've got high pressure that is literally evaporating this moisture pattern. And we have these idiotic stooges on television, these morons that are being overpaid to lie to the public. They're not showing us this map. They're not showing these maps. This is the water vapor map for the Northeast Pacific. This is the GOES West water vapor map for the Northeast Pacific. And we have opportunities for rain moving through Mexico. All of it's being blocked. And so these fires, which started on Friday, could have easily been stopped and prevented by allowing the rain in last week. We had a lot of chemtrails here a week ago. We all remember that, the heavy chemtrailing in the skies, which prevented the rain. We've been gypped out of many inches of rain. And here's another example of that happening right here. Look at the size of this moisture field right here, this jet stream river of water. And we have the jet stream right here flowing back down. And what do we see? High pressure installed directly on top of the jet stream right here.
Now, I can't tell you exactly how accurate those computer graphics are, which show the rain and the moisture levels. All I can do is tell you, as a California resident, and I've lived here my whole life, I used to see it rain when I was a kid. It used to rain not only in the spring, but it rained in the fall, and it rained during the winter time. Not all the time, but it rained quite a bit in California. Now, as a 35-year-old man, I can tell you for the last 15 to 20 years, it rarely ever rains. It rarely ever rains at all during any time of the year. In fact, I can't even remember the last time it rained. It's been that long. So it does make sense that weather warfare is being used against California to keep it from raining and to keep these fires burning strong. With today's geoengineering technology, humans literally have the ability to modify the weather. This is not some crazy conspiracy theory. This is admitted conspiracy fact. The weather is indeed controlled. So my question is, if we have the ability to spray chemicals in the air over these fires and make it rain directly over these fires, why are we not using the weather as a helpful firefighting tool? Instead, it appears the weather is being used to attack California. California's rain is being suppressed and diverted to other areas, so California is not receiving any rain or any moisture, which is making these fires burn and rage even more so. And also, the wind could even be used to fuel these fires even more and help spread them along to other areas. So right now, rather than the weather being used as a tool to extinguish these fires, the weather is being used to further spread these fires and attack California even more so.
I was a meter reader for 9.5 years with PG&E in the Marin office before I was illegally fired because I was not intimidated into being quiet with the problems I saw firsthand regarding smart meters in PG&E knows that they do catch on fire when they are remotely turned back on when a customer who is delinquent in their bill finally pays their bill. These meters catch fire. They know it, and they are covering it up. When I started working at PG&E, the annual budget in meter reading was $70 million for roughly 1,000 meter readers. My supervisor, who was my best friend at the time, told me this. The Public Utility Commission and PG&E continually lie to the customers, saying it is a $2.2 billion system, when the Public Utility Commission and PG&E, when questioned by a law firm suing over smart meters, admit it's a $10 PG&E tells their own employees it is a $10 billion system. That makes this illegal because it is a crime of fraud against the consumers of California. When you divide the annual cost of meter reading into the $10 billion, this system never, ever, ever comes close to breaking even. You cannot allow PG&E to charge extra for a meter reader to come read a customer's meter when they already do it infinitely cheaper. I also like to point out the fact that no one else in PG&E does surveys for the gas department but the meter readers.
We have a defective product, and now we have proof that we have a defective product.
And that's very important. So we have a defective product, we have proof that it's a defective product, we have proof it seems that it's causing fires.
Yes.
Nothing is being said by the media, nothing is being said by any politicians, but homes are burning down here in BC as well as everywhere else.
And lives, more importantly, lives are being put at risk. We don't know when that's going to happen. And with this dry fire season, one home going up could result in many homes going up. This is nothing we should be playing around with now. We know that these meters are fire hazards, and we should be demanding a recall. We should be demanding that Itron remove these meters and put safe analog meters back on our homes and pay us for all of the money that has been incurred. We, the taxpayers, are going to be paying for this for years.